Welcome everyone to our talk about gender diversity. Today we'll talk about why it's important to treat everyone fairly at work and in our communities. Gender diversity isn't just about counting numbers. It's about making sure everyone feels safe, important, respected, and able to do well. Let's learn together about how we can make things better for everyone, no matter their gender. Hi, my name is Selena, and now I'll pass it to the next presenter.
Hello, my name is Shannon Tam, and I'll be introducing to you about gender diversity. Gender diversity ensures equitable and respectful conditions for all individuals of all genders, granting them the freedom of speech to address challenges. It emphasizes authenticity rather than special treatment and emphasizing the importance of using accurate names and pronouns. Creating safe and empowering environments for all gender identities is crucial, protecting individuals from discrimination and violence. This support is grounded by legal, social, and cultural principles, aiming to foster a society where everyone can live free from discrimination and fully participate in all aspects of life.
Hey everyone, my name is Chao Hongzhe. I am 20 years old from Ipoh Perak and currently studying architecture course. I will be presenting the background of research based on our topic, which is gender diversity rights. Let's begin. So based on our findings and research, gender diversity and rights have become focal points of discussion and activism in recent years, reflecting a growing awareness of the complexities surrounding gender identity and the importance of ensuring equitable rights for all individuals, regardless of their gender expression. Historically, societal norms and structures have often enforced rigid binary definitions of gender, relegating individuals to prescribed roles and expectations based solely on their assigned sex and birth. However, as our understanding of gender has so evolved, it has become increasingly evident that such binary frameworks are inadequate in capturing the diverse spectrum of human identities and experiences. Quote Rushton et al. 2019. Moving on, research in the field of gender studies has played a crucial role in shedding light on the multi-faced nature of gender. Scholars have explored various dimensions of gender diversity, examining how factors such as culture, ethnicity, sexuality, and socio-economic status intersect with gender identity to shape individuals' lives. And moreover, research has highlighted the systemic inequalities and discrimination faced by marginalized gender groups, including transgender, non-binary, and gender non-conforming individuals, from disparities in access to healthcare and employment opportunities to higher rates of violence and harassment. These inequalities underscore the pressing need for concerted efforts to advance gender equity and justice. So, in recent years, there has been a proliferation of research initiatives and advocacy efforts aimed at addressing these issues and promoting greater inclusivity and acceptance of diverse gender identities. This includes research on the effectiveness of policies and interventions designed to support gender diverse individuals, as well as studies examining the cultural and social factors that influence attitudes towards gender diversity. As we embark on this journey to create a website dedicated for gender diversity and rights, it is essential to ground our work in the rich body of research that informs our understanding of these issues. By drawing upon insights from diverse disciplines and perspectives, we can contribute to a more nuanced and inclusive discourse surrounding gender, ultimately fostering a society where everyone can live authentically and free from discrimination. That is all from me. Thank you very much for listening.
Hi everyone, my name is Kelvin Siwan Chang and I'm from Group 34. So today I'm going to talk about the research objectives of our current assignments. And the first objective I'm going to talk about is the explorations of the intersection of gender identity and the socio-economic factors. So for this part, basically we have to examine on how the socio-economic status basically intersects with the gender identity and its impacts on the resources, opportunities and rights of marginalized gender groups. And secondly, the untangling structural barriers is also one of our objectives to the gender equality. So for this part, we have to examine on the institutional and systemic factors that perpetuate the gender inequality with the special attention to identifying the policy gaps and structural barriers that impede the progress on gender equality. And the last but not least, we have to examine the role of cultural norms in shaping attitudes towards the gender diversity. So for this objective, we have to make analyzations on the influence of cultural norms and values on the social acceptance of gender diversity. And we have to examine on how these attitudes basically influence the inclusion, discriminations, and the development of supportive policies and interventions. And these are the parts of our research objectives. Thanks for listening.
Hi, my name is Tan Jin Xiang. I'm going to talk about research methodology and findings. Research methodology refers to the technique used to find and analyze information for study, ensuring that the results are valid, reliable, and that they address research objective. There are three ways to do research methodology, which are content analysis, interview, and survey. My team members and I chose survey because it can get more people's opinions and views on gender diversity and rights compared to content analysis and interviews. Firstly, the research looked in-depth understanding of people's opinions on gender diversity and rights. Secondly, the survey allows us to get and collect data from many aspects. We can get many people's opinions and views on gender diversity and rights. and include as many questions as we would like. Thirdly, the survey focused on two target groups, people who support LGBT and people who do not support LGBT. Lastly, we sent out the survey to our friends and families, and we also posted it on our social media accounts to let people fill in the survey. In this chart, there are a total of 31 female respondents, 26 male respondents, and 4 respondents prefer not to say their gender. In this chart, the majority of the respondents are from the age of 20 below, with 30 respondents, followed by the age of 20 to 29 with 30 respondents, representing 49.2% of the assignment. The minority of the respondents are from 30 to 39, 40 to 49, or 60 above age, with 2 and 1 respondents, representing 3.3, 3.3, and 1.6 respectively. The majority of the respondents are below the 20 years old, which represent the 49.2% of the assignment. Most people feel comfortable when discussing gender diversity related topics in their community. Most people feel neutral about the level of acceptance of gender diversity in their community. Most people feel neutral or low for the level of social support available for LGBT individuals in their community. In this chart, a total of 25 respondents think that there is enough awareness about gender diversity issue in the media. 21 respondents think it is not enough. 15 respondents think it is more than enough. In this chart, 46 respondents think there is a need for increased education and awareness programs on gender diversity, but 15 respondents think there is a no need. In this survey, 29 respondents think we should have legal protection for LGBT individuals, 18 respondents think maybe we should, and 11 respondents are against it. That is all for research, methodology, and findings. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jehan, and I'll be talking about the findings and discussions on our topic. In this section, I'll highlight the finds of our studies. First, I'll talk about Western philosophy and Eastern philosophy. I'll also go through psychology and sociology, idealism and realism, ideology, modernism, postmodernism, and relativism, as well as philosophy of Sejahtera. Western philosophy and Eastern philosophy. For gender diversity and rights, Western philosophy is associated with individualism and personal freedom, whereas Eastern philosophy emphasizes collective well-being and harmony. There has always been a saying that Westerners are more open-minded to Easterners in a lot of ways, including gender diversity due to the obvious cultural differences. However, Eastern social concepts are gradually becoming more and more open. One of the main reasons is because many Easterners were influenced by Western culture and they disseminate the culture in their community. Through a Western philosophy perspective, individualism is a key component that educates individual rights such as personal autonomy and self-determination. Westerners also bring high attention to egalitarianism, which is the belief in gender equality. This results in the significant feminist movement within Western's thought process that fight for women's rights and equal opportunity during the Enlightenment. In the 20th and 21st century, we have seen Western society make significant progress in recognizing LGBTQ+ rights and the growth of intersectionality, which looks into gender alongside other identities such as race and class. These improvements have changed public opinions and promoted a more inclusive understanding of gender and identity. Eastern philosophy frequently values collective well-being and societal peace over individual rights. It is crucial to maintain balance and order in Eastern society. Western philosophy also emphasizes the interconnectedness of everything. Traditional gender roles may be deeply ingrained in the pursuit of social harmony. In Chinese philosophy, concepts such as yin and yang emphasize the complementary forces associated with feminine and masculine. Although this may not necessarily result in social equality, it provides a more flexible perspective of gender than absolute binaries. Confucianism thinkers significantly focus on loyalty, family roles, and social harmony. Moreover, Buddhism focuses more on transcending society distinctions, maybe including gender flexibility. Eventually, globalization and human rights movements allowed for the exchanging of ideas, especially in worldwide discussions about gender rights. Western thought frequently perceived progress in a linear manner, whereas Eastern thought may have a more cyclical perspective of gender roles and a less urgent demand of radical change. Both Western and Eastern philosophies examine various interior points of view, bringing attention to the need of avoiding generalizations. Psychology and sociology. Previously, society often used a binary definition of gender to classify people as either male or female. This circumstance certainly formed gender stereotypes, where women are frequently seen as kind and communal, whereas men are viewed as brilliant and dominant. These stereotypes have influenced how people think and believe gender should behave and reflect how people perceive gender. However, psychologists think differently. They see gender as a spectrum rather than an absolute male or female. This is a challenge towards gender binaries world, where people nowadays are starting to recognize the presence of non-binary, transgender, and gender-fluid individuals. It is crucial to understand how cultural norms or society expectations determine gender identity and expression, which will build up harmful stereotypes in the society. LGBTQ+ individuals' mental health is an issue that should focus on, as they may experience prejudice, rejection, and lack of social connections. The objective of therapy and treatments are to foster perseverance and self-acceptance. Gender as a social construct is an idea that is created by social institutions, including family, media, and education, by the ways that They shape and maintain gender norms, expectations, and power relations. The study of intersectionality examines how gender intersects with other social factors like race, class, sexuality, and disability, influencing individuals' experiences and opportunities. There are a lot of issues regarding social inequality, such as domestic violence, gender wage gap, and lack of women in leadership roles. It is urged to spread out the impact of feminist and LGBTQ rights activism to fight for changes in society and confront structural inequalities. Ideology, modernism, postmodernism, relativism. Modernism emerged in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. They emphasize reason, progress, and universal truth. While many initially subscribed to the prevailing society views of gender as binary, it's crucial to recognize the movement's inherent dynamism. They are focused on achieving equal opportunity and treatment within the existing social framework, advocating for legal and social reforms such as women's suffrage. This perspective, while laying the groundwork for early advancements in gender equality, has its own limitations. It could be overlooked on the one who is struggling in the binary question. For the postmodernism that emerged in the mid-20th century, it presents a contrasting perspective. They are denying on fixed binary and are mostly challenging the idea of universal truths. Instead, it emphasizes the social construct of gender, highlighting the influence of power dynamics, cultural narratives, and language in shaping our understanding and experience. Postmodernism encourages the individuals to explore and express themselves, supporting the acceptance of the diversity of human experience and eliminating strict gender standards. This perspective fosters a more inclusive landscape for gender expressions and identity, but it can also encounter challenges in navigating issues of cultural context and potential conflicts with established social structures. Relativism and philosophical perspective emphasize diverse cultural understandings, adds another layer of complexity to the discourse. Relativism acknowledges that morality and societal values are not universal, but vary widely across different cultures and historic periods. This framework encourages us to understand diverse perspectives on gender and avoid imposing a single universal standard. It promotes respect for different cultural interpretations and practices related to gender, fostering a more nuanced and sensitive approach. However, it's essential to acknowledge the limitations of relativism. It is crucial to distinguish between understanding cultural practices and condoning them. Relativism should not be misconstrued as justifying practices that violate fundamental human rights or cause harm to individuals regardless of the cultural context. Philosophy of Sejahtera. Through the lens of philosophy of Sejahtera, we found that this is not only affecting people in a normal society, but also affecting the whole nation. Hence, this has included all of the people which have the different background identity on this topic. The philosophy of the Sejahtera, we are not against and not supportive on any sides by gender, since gender is given by Mother Nature. Hence, it is not a point to argue about letting people spread their thoughts and also creativity for engaging in gender diversity. On the other hand, we also respect the thoughts of people who are against to the gender diversity. Hence, this is a harmonical and peaceful mindset which should be given to everyone in this nation.
The importance of gender diversity in modern society cannot be overstated. It fosters creativity, inclusion, and societal growth. Embracing diversity is not only a moral imperative, but also strategically advantageous. Gender diversity goes beyond mere representation, requiring a re-evaluation of cultural norms and institutional biases. Removing barriers allows individuals to reach their full potential, benefiting both them and the broader community. Achieving gender diversity demands a collective commitment and concerted effort. With benefits extending beyond the workplace to all aspects of life, it is crucial for creating a more dynamic, resilient, and peaceful environment for everyone.